Hi guys, welcome to the channel. This is Perpetuality. It's been exactly 1 year since I released my last strap video, and I wanted to cover off some of my favorite leather straps this year. There's a myth going around that leather straps from manufacturers like Tudor and Breitling, even Zenith, are overpriced. There's significant markup to them, and that you can get quality straps for much less. To find out, I had a couple of brands send me straps for me to check out. Some of them I've bought with my own money, a few of them were sent in. Let's take a look and you be the judge for the quality. This is a Zenith strap, and it is a calf grain leather strap with rubber accentuated lining. What's special about this is that it actually is a gift given to me, and I've been wearing this strap since I started collecting watches seriously. I've had it close to about 5 years now, and I've worn it on a myriad of watches. And as you can see, it's been worn in, it's not perfect. The rubber lining, however, has stayed nearly intact and unmarked. There's even rubber burnishing on the side of the strap. The stitching is extremely tight and seems to be of high quality. Even on the burnishing itself, which is the first area of contact that would fall apart on leather straps, it has not. It actually has remained intact on the strap the entire time. Now, the top side of the leather strap has two keepers, one that is actually fused into the leather strap. I believe it actually is stitched right to that point and then double stitched with vintage accentuated stitching near the buckle. This strap over time has developed character because it has absorbed the natural oils from my skin and from just wearing it, and has infused itself onto the leather surface, giving it a rich textured look. Now, this is what you're getting with a strap that would run you almost $1,000. You heard me right. What's this like compared to other straps out there? Can you get a quality strap for much less with similar quality? Well, we're here to find out. These are my vintage watches, and they all have either 19mm lugs or 18mm lugs. They're basically a summarization of my collecting journey, and I have bought some of these straps. I've also had them sent in for me to check out. The first one we're looking at is the tan Barenia from Artisan straps. They used to be called Strap Supply. Now, this particular strap, what's special about it is that it's made out of the same material that's been used on handbags, and the lining is actually made out of Zermatt leather, which is very, very prominent in the very well-known Hermes brand, that they use this on their accessories. Now, tan Barenia is extremely supple and smooth to the touch. The stitching on this particular strap has been done extremely well. Jason at Artisan Straps seems to have a knack for getting the stitching nearly perfect. And I have to comment, the way that this strap wears on the wrist, which you'll see in a moment, is like a dream. It's thin, it's padded, it's not over encumbering on the wrist, and it fits modern and vintage watches extremely well. The buckle is a simple U-shaped dress watch buckle. It doesn't shout about itself, but it makes a statement. I do enjoy this strap a fair bit. Now let's check out how it wears on my wrist in regards to it being on the watch. And I have to say that usually with these padded straps, the break-in period is dependent on how often you wear the watch. I wore this watch pretty much for 1 week with the strap, and it has conformed perfectly to my wrist. This is one of my favorite tanned straps in my collection. Next up is Horween leather, and this strap is from Strap Atelier. Horween leather has been around for about 100 years, managed by 5 generations. What's special about it is that it's a harder wearing leather. It actually is very robust and thick. This particular strap is unfinished on the side, and on the back you see the double stitching, that vintage V aesthetic, matched with enough micro adjustments and is quick release as well. And the thing about this strap is just how substantial it makes a watch feel. Now, the 38mm Seiko Skyliner is a very delicate dress watch. It was large back in the day, but I feel like this combination with this strap, being that it is a 19mm, I correct myself, 18mm, barely tapering down at all from the 18mm, makes the watch look more modern, but giving a nod to the vintage aesthetics. This is truly one of my favorite combinations for under $100. Now, the downside of Horween leather being that it's more substantial, particularly this strap itself, it means that the break-in period is going to be a little bit longer. So if you're expecting this to wear comfortably on your wrist immediately, you won't get that. Now, I've had this strap on my wrist for close to about a month. It has worn in nicely. However, the downside of the thickness of the strap means that it's rather difficult to slide it through those delicate keepers on the back of the strap. Meaning that even though the keepers are made out of Horween leather, it's a fuss to try to fight and get them into the keepers themselves. This, however, is a really lovely combination, and I do enjoy the robustness and high quality feeling of the strap. The hardware is pretty good too. Most chronograph lovers would love to pair their watches with a delicate leather strap or sporty rally strap. This is my Omega Chronostop, and I've decided to match that orange hand to this orange Pueblo leather strap from Strap Atelier. And the great thing about this strap is Pueblo leather has a mottled, textured look to it. Marbled, I would say. The backside is actually made out of chèvre lining, which is goat skin, and it is very soft and delicate. It conforms to your wrist quickly. It actually accentuates the top orange grain of the leather beautifully. Now mind you, the marbled look of the leather strap, being the Pueblo leather, provides character onto the strap that no other leather strap really has. The stitching, though good and very accurate, most stitching I've seen on other straps of this vintage variety, sometimes they are not totally straight all the way down. On this example, I have to say, Strap Atelier has done a great job. Now, how does it wear on my wrist? Once again, the Omega Chronostop, this particular example, is under 36 millimeters, 35 millimeters in diameter to be exact, and this strap looks like it belongs to this watch. If you have a dress watch or a sportier watch, this is a dual-purpose strap that will probably fit the bill very nicely for you. The hardware is just a simple buckle. There are enough micro adjustments to fit my 6¼ inch diameter wrist. I feel like this particular strap, the thickness of the strap, the feeling of it, is to be of high quality. Now, JLC was represented as the Lecoultre brand in the US back in the day as a means to avoid heavy taxation. This strap, belonging to this wrist alarm that you see here, is from DeBeer, and it is a lizard grain strap. It has very supple, soft lining on the back. As you can see, it's handcrafted, hand-stitched. You don't see that often these days, but this is one of my favorite, most comfortable straps to wear. Part of the reason why is that it's adequately padded, and it is very soft, the lining on your wrist when you do have it on your wrist. I do feel like this DeBeer strap, having it with the gold keeper or the gold buckle, means that you're limited to having this on a dress watch, of course. But what do you think of this combination on my 1956 wrist alarm? I think that this is one of my favorite combinations, and I struggle to find another strap for this watch. The blue is almost like a deep dark navy blue, and being lizard grain and being under $50, you heard me right, this strap is extremely good value. Now, the way that the strap wears on your wrist is that it's almost literally no break-in period. When I had this strap on my wrist for the first time, the only gripe that I had was the length. Now, being my wrist is 6¼ inch in diameter, it is on the smaller side, so I do have a little bit of excess material, but it's not terrible. As you can see, it's sticking out from the other side of my wrist, but it is manageable in regards to it's not too much material that I'd be frustrated with it. I do recommend this strap if you got a delicate dress watch, and the blue is just a really nice blue. The whole point of this video was to showcase that you don't have to spend a whole lot of money to get a high quality strap. Making comparisons to the Zenith, you can see that the top grain leather that is on these straps all hold up reasonably well. Now, of course, the Zenith may have patinated over time and developed a character of its own. I anticipate that these straps will also do that too. To which degree they do that, how long it takes, I'm not sure. But I do feel like, in general, ranging from anywhere from $50 to the $100 range, these straps today, they pack serious value. And if you're someone who owns a vintage watch, even if you're someone who owns a delicate wristwatch, some of these straps will work really well. If you've got a more modern sports watch, I think the tan Barenia and the Pueblo leather strap today is a perfect fit. I'd really love to hear from you guys what some of your favorite straps are like. Now, because some of these straps were sent in and the straps that are also belonging to me were up for comparison, if you're interested in checking out some of these straps, I'll leave links below for you guys to enjoy. And there's a little discount code down there too if you're keen on wanting to buy one of them and that catches your eye. I hope today you got some value out of this video. Thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe, like the video, and I will most definitely catch you in the next one.